Hey everybody, social media family, and of any subscribers, and as well any visitors to that being up my own particular social media channel, and likewise social media chat room or comment section. How are you all doing? You and yours, family and friends. Hopefully everybody is doing at least okay. If not better yet, to be said. Oh, excuse me, natural body function. If not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right, or not best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, hopefully me and mine, likewise as well, all the same. Or as I would like to think that to be the case of situation. But then with all things considered, so far as that being of the or a person of I myself, was I am feeling rather crappy, you know. And as that being of the title to this particular present social media broadcast or video is giving you all a general idea of what this here is going to be about, as well as I have put in the footnotes to the side. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm thinking it could possibly be this one particular proverbial neighbor from damn hell of a male character among the dime a dozen public nuisances of problem neighbors, as he himself is a real psychopath, sociopath, sadomasochist, sadist, cowardly bully, and or terrorist wannabe. You sure you got all the what is it, name, titles, or labels to describe him, or did you leave out anything? No, that's pretty much covers it all. Well, you know what I mean to say. For the ones that I myself had mentioned, it would complement those other ones, been of which I had not mentioned, but are to be included with the ones I had mentioned to describe him or he himself. You know, this one male character. My present public nuisance problem neighbor, proverbial neighbor from damn hell, attempting to, ruin my day, my night, and my weekend, and or attempting to make my life a living damn hell. And as stupid does, as stupid feels. Well, he's not so much as that. Is he not necessarily so much as stupid compared on to being creepy, and therefore he's himself is not so much as crazy, as well as not so much as stupid. But then creepiness is stupidity and sickness, enough as it is in its own right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, though, and then there's the question of, as well as suspect he himself been in this one neighborhood of the same as said in question of the former previous prime minister could have possibly orchestrated, initiated, and or perpetrated some form or another of foul play against my person. You know, yeah. But then there's a question of doctors and nurses at two different hospitals I paid a visit to. Though it wasn't most recent, as in very recent, it was recent enough, whereas it wasn't that long ago. And I suspect that they could have played a huge part in the way I myself been there, my person am feeling now. And then there is the climate, the rather weird weather temps, being which is not all that natural, but partly as some of such is man made, you know. Yeah, but getting back to me and acid last is making reference to the associated as well as some other things for the way I'm feeling now. Yeah, I really just feel the air so. Yeah, I'm feeling congested, you know, then a number of other things, you know. Yeah, I'm feeling muscle pains. You know, I'm feeling congested. Got dry, dry, scratchy throat, as well as my sinuses bothering me. You know, and yes, that's just about it. You know, like I said before, so I say again. You know, I don't know, did I mention? Uh, no, I was speaking in regard to the, the character of this one neighbor, but I suspect he is partly responsible for the way I'm feeling now among some of such others. Yeah, I mean, and as I suspect him, like Dr. Nurse, could have sabotaged my general health on physical and mental level, you know. Yeah, well, so not only is my sleeping patterns affected, but my breathing patterns. It's like double, triple jeopardy. And I'm not talking about the educational television or TV contested game show either. Oh wow. If you don't feel so out of this, you know. I wish I could say that I can't remember the last time I felt like this, but unfortunately, I pretty much so can. Well, it wasn't that long ago when I felt like this, you know. And yeah, that's wow. I mean, I don't mean like I want a pity party, and I'm not so much just complain. I just saying, you know, state thing for the record. Well, I can't help but complain, but hopefully not. Try to get God the praise and worship as a believer, regardless of what I'm feeling like, you know. Or I give him more, some such one positive. Yeah, but I'm just trying to do what I have to do to get better. Hopefully, I haven't contracted some kind of terminal illness. You know. Oh wow! I mean, if after a while you all don't see me on here anymore, then you would know what had happened. You know, whereas I could be somewhere on a hospital's critical list and in a special ward for those persons who are really feeling, you know, disabling or debilitating, deteriorating general health, you know, or I could be like pushing up daisies, you know, then if you see me still quite often, regardless of I feel up under weather, you know that maybe I still have a chance to make a comeback, you know, turn this thing around and start feeling healthy again, you know, and on a positive note, than to be, you know, feeling like you're so, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I get to wondering whether or not the way I'm feeling now could possibly be partly due to certain black and Hispanic males who are not wearing masks standing just a little bit too close to me upon premises and properties of a mass transit or public transportation system or for atmospheres of places of businesses. You know, I mean, if the lights do not have that any lights do not have that, what was I about to say? I can't remember. Something about, oh well, all things are supposed to work for the good of God. Oh yeah, yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. God works in mysterious ways. Yes. Prince of Peace continue readily my mind compared to the prince of darkness. There's a confusion my speech. I mean, if the likes of whom are to be considered aren't wearing masks and you know they standing near another person, be it for the atmospheres of premises properties of mass transits of public transportation systems for their different bus or train routes or atmospheres of places of businesses, be it public or private, you know. I mean, a person must exercise that not only common courtesy, but you know, good sense, you know. Okay. I mean, whereas I myself only am quite the Canadian in one sense of words, not another. If you know what I mean, between the lines, fill in the blanks. But then I am an American citizen. Yeah, up north on our northern border, we got some such others who are, yeah, as centering around the issue of the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. And I would like to think that I'm still pretty much so unvaccinated by choice. Not that I'm saying I won't ever or never will take that other vaccine. And, and no, not them saying I never will. Not them saying that I am going to take it. I don't know which I'm going to do. See, till I get more research or, or informative material or information about it, and hopefully not a doctor or nurse had given it to me. You know, at two different times at two different hospitals, not only without my knowledge, but then nevertheless likewise or as well, or saying without my permission, without my consent. You know, but if that's not the case, the situation, and I still have a choice, I want to get more, you know, material on it to research as an information before I were to, you know, oh, excuse me, that's a natural body function. I'm saying before I were to think to come out of the neutral zone between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? But anyway, I'm gonna close shop early. Hopefully, I said, hopefully, I will start to feel better by the time I get upon here again. That's and get on air and so forth. Man, not, it's not likely to be feeling so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna close out shortly. Try to get me some Z's, regardless of the creepy and not necessarily stupid, but then even so crazy, not necessarily crazy either, or more creepy than stupid and crazy. This one proverbial neighbor from damn hell who be making like the from the midnight cowboy to where she had to spook to sit by the door. You know, okay, where it's just knowing enough whenever he gets to making different sorts of types of extreme and excessive noises on a daily and on a nightly basis, then have to think that he himself could possibly be, not just creeping, but creeping just as much, if not more, that much more than, well, I'm gonna say, help me put some pieces to get my words together. Figure out how to press the dark. Is attempting to confuse my speech and make it seem like I'm contradicting myself, make it seem sound like I'm doing, so I'm doing this thing. Yeah, where it's annoying enough, as I was saying, as a backtrack here, public did, or so I can go into follow to continue from where I went that my personal last left off so I can finish up as in complete a form previous or Fryline thought, where it's just annoying enough when, yeah, wow. I mean, I'm feeling so irate, like boom, boom, boom. Feel like I got hit by 18 wheelers. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say at the moment. I'm gonna try to get me some Z's regardless of this one neighbor. As I suspect, could have possibly sabotaged my sleeping pattern as well as vice versa. I'm trying to get some, yeah, change yeah, but many words cannot describe. Oh, no, sorry again. Yeah, wanted to have this here case of situation up under these conditions of very extenuating circumstances to be possibly exacerbated by a proverbial neighbor from down hell or by any doctors, nurses, and so. And then, my own flesh and blood brother, my own immediate personal family household is not talking to me. You know, just go to show how the devil and his demons are that much more busy in this day and age. Oh yeah, but then my sister's not talking to me either. Yeah, that's really ridiculous, whereas I myself am then as I was using give that other basic intro as an introduction, you know, definitely I speak upon a subject matter and then I would. Yeah. Oh man, I feel like as if I have been hit with a 1-2 knockout punch coming from Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, some other professional boxer that has that the same making as them or be the same caliber. Oh wow. Yeah, this is terrible. Oh God. It's- yeah. Anyway, though, as I was saying, I was about to say, to complete a form pretty five. I thought as I was speaking upon something, then that is as I well, first of all get an introduction, then I will speak upon something. Last but not least, I will close out what I mean to say, and I hope that you all have gotten something out of this one particular social media broadcast or video as we have at the present. And with that having been said, let me get that be another close. I'm gonna try to get some rest. Hopefully I can. So, been up all night. Okay. If you haven't got Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I will hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins. I recognize and I realize whatever I've said, that speaking correct, proper standard English grammar, the American dialect or not. We got to speak in the King's Angel Street Snipe for that matter. But the bottom line is, you know, you got to accept him as your personal Lord and Savior. You know, being the only one who can provide some such for you. You know, for what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of Roman soldiers upon the orders of their religious superiors, etc. But then, nevertheless, whereas he went to that cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me, so that if anyone were to finally pass into eternity to make eternity, let me say, to go into the great beyond for the hereafter, the afterlife. Whereas if you have not accepted Christ as your personal Lord and Savior before that were to happen, then you would be in for a rude awakening. You know, and, you know that you have the blood sacrifice of our Lord and Savior Christ upon and within your soul what he had done on that cross of Calvary, giving his life so that you may have life eternal, his salvation. You know, whereas when you pass from this existence to the next, you will be greeted by angels telling you something, know, that could possibly prove to become a be better beneficial or even better interesting. Ooh. And may be in heaven half an hour before the devil knows you did. I mean, unless you recognize and realize what Christ had done on the cross of Calvary, suffering at the hands of Roman soldiers upon orders of their superiors, religious and otherwise, Pharisees and Sadducees, and centurions and Caesars. Unless you recognize how he had become that blood sacrifice, the Lamb of God to take away the sin of the world, accepting as your own personal Lord and Savior. You know, if you haven't done some and such already, that's regardless of what race and walk of life, anybody, I say the old, young, like both two sexual genders representing not only the human species but the global community within this post 911 era by new millennium, and whereas the doomsday clock is now at a couple few minutes to midnight compared on that formerly. It was at that other quarter a few minutes. It's coming that the end of the world, the second coming, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Second coming of Christ. I mean, if you have not accepted him as your personal Lord and Savior, and for these biblically prophetic times, then your final destination will be with those being of the unseen, like Sarah Silverman, Silver Stain. What is the last name? It's a white girl, a celebrity, what dissed Christ just as much as Kathy Griffin. You have another white girl. She mocked Christ's crucifixion on the cross. You know, trashed it with her remarks or comments in regard to him. And Kathy Griffin did the same by saying, when she had won an award, she was saying, "I'm not going to give credit to God because I work for this, not him." She was saying, "Like what? You stupid, silly woman." Kathy Griffin, the one that had you know, made some kind of video or she herself decapitating or chopping off the head of our former ex-president of USA. You know. Anyway, getting back to some such other though. As those examples, you know, relates to what I was saying for the last part of this social media broadcast video. If you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, then your final destination will be the lake of fire, a damn hell, with the rest of the unsaved unbelievers and unbelievers of whatsoever race, whatever walks of life, to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and the demons forever, for having passed into eternity without the blood sacrifice of salvation of Christ, compared to we who are believers across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, would be in the company of like-minded believers and God and his angels as citizens of the kingdom of heaven. Even so, be blessed while we're still upon the planet Earth or in this world. Because if you don't have, Christ's salvation before you leave this world, then you are in for a rude awakening. Like MasterCard, don't leave home without it. Christ's salvation, don't leave the earth or leave this world without what he has to offer. That is much greater than anything or anyone. Hey, you all take care and be safe. Let's not stress. I'll highlight you later. I hope you next time I get on here, I feel much better. Until then, I guess it's a wrap. And we out. Peace.